On June 20th, 2002, James Chapman, age 46, set out on a hiking expedition with his 20-year-old daughter, Crystal Tuggle, to commemorate Father's Day. Their tradition was to spend this day together engaged in outdoor activities. Last year, they had an exhilarating whitewater rafting experience. However, upon reaching the foot of Mount Taylor near Albuquerque, New Mexico, they found it closed due to a wildfire. Undeterred by this obstacle and unwilling to squander their 2-hour journey, they opted to explore the nearby El Malpais National Monument instead. El Malpais, known as the Badlands or Bad Country in Spanish, acquired its name from early Spanish explorers who found navigating its 40-mile stretch of jagged and chaotic black rock to be treacherous. Covering an expanse of 160 square miles, El Malpais features a diverse combination of lava flows, caves, tunnels, and an assortment of cacti, sand, and yucca plants. These lava flows, cinder cones, and volcanic formations are part of the Zuni Bandera volcanic field, which ranks as the second-largest volcanic field in the Mount Basin and Range province. The volcanic activity has also given rise to caves and lava tubes serving as habitats for numerous species of bats. During the 1940s, the Malpais lava field was among 8 potential sites considered by the Manhattan Project for the detonation of the first atomic bomb, the Trinity nuclear test. However, the actual test took place further south at the White Sands Proving Grounds. Nonetheless, the Department of Defense utilized the site as a bombing range to train pilots during the Second World War. Being unable to hike at Mount Taylor, James and Crystal made their way towards El Malpais National Monument. Arriving shortly after 1 p.m., several witnesses later reported seeing them at the local ranger station around that time. They were also seen later visiting the nearby Ice Caves gift shop. Upon later investigation, it was discovered that both of them had signed the ranger station guest book, James simply leaving his name as Jim and Crystal leaving the message, "God bless everyone and clean restrooms." Around 4:30 p.m. that day, James and Crystal reached the parking lot for the Big Toots hiking trail. Coincidentally, they encountered an archaeological team who happened to be working in the area that day. They engaged in a brief conversation with the team. Later, when interviewed by investigators, the team recalled that James and Crystal both appeared to be very tired and ill-prepared for an extended hike. They noticed that the duo lacked a backpack and seemed to only have one small bottle of water between them. Notably, Crystal was also seen wearing only a pair of tennis shoes. As part of their investigation, authorities searched the vehicle parked at the trailhead. Within the vehicle, they discovered Crystal's purse, which contained her cell phone, keys, credit cards, and other personal belongings. Additionally, they found a 6-pack of water with one single 1-pint bottle missing from it, confirming what the archaeological team said about the pair wandering off into the wilderness with only one small bottle of water. The archaeological team were the last people to see James and Crystal alive, watching them from a distance begin their hike down the Big Toots Trail, which is only a half-mile long. To mark the trail, a system of cairns or rock piles was employed, aiding in making the path stand out among the surrounding wilderness. However, these cairns tended to blend right in with the black rocks, making it remarkably easy to become disoriented or lost along the way. According to their family, Crystal had bad knees, and James was dealing with heart-related health issues. These conditions restricted them to shorter excursions like the one they embarked on along the short trail. Additionally, the afternoon temperatures that day reached approximately 95 degrees. Combined with the heat-absorbing black rocky ground, the environment would have been exceedingly hot for the pair. Upon James and Crystal's failure to return home to Albuquerque that evening, their concerned family members contacted both the National Park Service and local authorities, officially reporting them as missing. In the early hours of the following morning, a ranger was dispatched to inspect all the parking lots in the park and search for their vehicle. Eventually, their car was located at the Big Toots Trailhead parking lot by 10:30 a.m. the next day. A mere 18 hours after their departure, search and rescue teams were already on the trail, actively searching for James and Crystal. Within a span of 24 hours since they were last seen at the trailhead, more than 200 volunteers had arrived to assist in the search effort. However, the challenging and treacherous terrain made the search operation exceedingly slow. One search team leader even had to replace his brand new boots after only 3 days in the field due to the demanding conditions. Initially, the search and rescue teams concentrated their effort within a 2-mile radius. However, The search perimeter quickly expanded up to 30 miles as the urgency grew, placing a strain on the search crews and available resources. Despite the utilization of search dogs, cadaver dogs, all-terrain vehicles, and helicopters, James and Crystal were never located. After the official search was eventually suspended, their family members persevered in their efforts to search the area, even months and years after the incident, holding on to hopes of finding their lost loved ones. It wasn't until September 21, 2010, slightly over 8 years following their disappearance, that a team of scientists investigating a rare fungus affecting bats ventured into a remote cave and stumbled upon human remains. The cave where the remains were discovered lay approximately 5 miles from the expected area where James and Crystal were supposed to be located. The remains were described as scattered, accompanied by tattered threads of clothing and weathered credit cards. Through dental examinations of the recovered skulls, it was conclusively determined that the remains belonged to Crystal and James. Despite the remains being sent to a laboratory in Texas for further analysis to determine the cause of death, the results remained inconclusive. However, no evidence of foul play was suspected in their deaths. James and Crystal's disappearance is not an isolated incident within El Malpais. Over the past 20 years, at least 5 other notable cases of untalented disappearances have occurred within the area, leaving investigators perplexed. One of these cases involves Kevin Kaufman, who went missing in 2006 while on a solo hike within the monument. Unfortunately, despite extensive effort, his remains have yet to be located. It is worth noting that not all individuals who go missing within El Malpais are never found. In fact, most people who go missing are eventually located alive and well. However, there still remains a significant number of cases where those who disappear within the monument are never found at all, leaving behind an unsettling mystery. The lack of discovery in James and Crystal's case, as well as the challenges faced in locating individuals within El Malpais National Monument, can be attributed to several factors. One significant aspect is the extreme temperatures prevalent in the area. El Malpais experiences scorching heat during the summer, which can lead to heat stress and dehydration. The black rocky ground absorbs and radiates heat, intensifying the conditions. Unfortunately, individuals who are unprepared for such conditions may succumb to heat-related illnesses or become disoriented, increasing the risk of getting lost within the monument. Another contributing factor is the insufficient preparedness of some visitors. El Malpais presents a rugged and challenging environment requiring adequate planning, supplies, and navigational skills. Unfortunately, some individuals venture into the monument ill-prepared for the harsh conditions or unfamiliar with the terrain. Insufficient water, inadequate footwear, and a lack of navigational tools can heighten the chances of becoming lost or encountering difficulties. Moreover, the extensive and intricate landscape of El Malpais presents formidable obstacles for search and rescue missions. The rough terrain, along with the abundance of caves, lava tubes, and concealed crevices, renders it nearly impracticable for search teams to comprehensively cover all areas. Furthermore, the monument's secluded and isolated setting compounds the challenges, as limited resources and logistical constraints can impede the scale and duration of search operations. To sum up, the amalgamation of severe temperatures, insufficient preparedness, rugged terrain, and the expansiveness of El Malpais National Monument contributes to the mysterious nature of disappearances within the region. This underscores the importance of meticulous planning, readiness, and awareness of potential hazards when venturing into such remote and demanding environments. Initiatives aimed at bolstering visitor education, advocating for safety protocols, and fortifying search and rescue capabilities are essential in reducing the occurrence of disappearances and enhancing the likelihood of successful outcomes in the future.